right? So where? Hang on. Like, they know. Wait, where is it?
I don't think they...
Someone actually has to run up the hill on the other side in order to reveal that it's there.
It's a smart word.
Yeah, they just saw it. They just saw it then. Yeah, they got vision. Faith attacked it once. I don't think he really meant to. Slayer's able to steal one of the runes.
All right, they got it. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, their trialing's pretty solid here.
That would have been so sad if the Observer Ward went through an entire duration.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool ward placement, though. Very difficult to spot. Things like that are a nice progression to solutions against all these easy sentries in the early game.
I like this from Kaka. So Kaka puts down the aggressive Observer Ward behind the Tier 1 tower on bottom. This is just to make sure they know where the influence is coming. So you got Gyro on the off. Chen wants to really influence this lane hard. And they'll understand that there is only the Chen on bottom. There is no one else here for the Gyro. Slayer's going to stick up with KP on top. And this is actually very problematic for KP. 3 sticky napalm charges. He's only got the 1 point off in the atrophy aura, so there's no stuns to give him the distance. So all they have to do is just keep stacking him up with sticky napalm. And then Slayer, when the time is right, will pick him up and drag him back. 6 sticky napalm charges now.
He stuns too early.
There's your pickup. Throw him back down again. And they have enough. One more attack from Busy will do it. And that is first blood on the top lane. Not what KP wanted to have happen. And a very simple combination of that Bat Rider and Gyro.
Yeah, if you're wondering why he didn't lift earlier, it's because if he lifts too early, KP just TPs, and then he's going to be fine. So they were just forced to fall in that far, and KP just spends all of his gold on teleport scrolls. He's planning to die a lot this game.
That's a really sad outlook on life. It's like, I'm just an Underlord. But we have KP at least farming up in this tower, so he's not missing out on experience and gold, but it's...
Wave got pushed a little bit in that whole chase in the meantime, so that's good. Gyro offlane not doing so great. Kind of waiting to have some space here, but he's just been completely pressured in the meantime. Only one last hit to his name.
It's like that counter, right? Like,
level 2.
You expect the wave to push harder because Mugi is able just to nether blast the wave, and this will eventually push. But this is where Kaka and Faith, this is why I gave them so much credit before. They Burrow Strike, it's so much bonus damage with that chilling touch, but they cannot get the damage in. Slayer is rotated down, Kaka wants to close the distance, and Burrow Strike level 1, he is in range. Decrepify slows him up enough. The blast from Mugi won't be enough. His physical attack, however, will be.
All right.
And they do get the kill on bottom. But it's this great pushing that's coming in from Faith and Kaka. Man, Kaka, get out of there. He's got the boots to speed.
Ooh,
so they won't catch him. Did Mugi mean to decrepify himself?
I don't think so. It didn't really do that much. I think he meant to slow down the gyrocopter, I think. Prevent the attack, so... Well, still going about even here. I think Vega's going to be decently happy. Just going to sit there, slap in Dragon Knight in the mid lane, I guess. He's got 9 and 2 last hits, 10 and 2 now. Dragon Knight has a couple more denies, so I guess mid lane is all right. If you can't gank the Dragon Knight, you just put a hero against him. That lane's fine. I guess that's the plan here.
Like how Undershock is trying to take those range creeps away from him, but do you actually feel like the change to Soul Ring as well, now that it costs more life, affects the DK?
Definitely not DK. Other heroes, yes.
Because you got the Dragon Blood, right?
Yeah, he's got so much regen that like a little extra HP lost is not the biggest deal in the world, so I don't think he cares too much.
I was like, do you change your skill build up and get like an extra point up in Dragon Blood early?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about that as well, just because, at least like later, maybe skip Soul Ring because his level 10 perk kind of sucks now. It only reduces the damage that your opponents deal, which against the right hero is very good. Against like Gyro, that's not bad. He buys a lot of agility items, probably worth getting. But maybe it's worth at some point skipping Soul Ring. But you don't really want to do that either because you need the mana earlier than 10. So, I don't know. Definitely a little different for Dragon Knight, but he probably still gets the Soul Ring.
Yeah, he's already completed up now. So the Breathe Fire spam is going to begin in mid. And this is going to be a little bit more problem for Undershock because he's going to have to commit his Time Walk every time that happens just to keep his life up and keep the advantage. Kaka's had enough of this bloody, this Hell Bear Smasher on the bottom lane. Slayer wants to go because they've used the Burrow Strike, so the stun is now gone. Mugi has to get a good blast, able to do so. Slayer Cold Feet tries to run away. They've already got the kill onto Kaka, but that slow damage into the Chen. He'll get the Wild Wing up and running, and this can do us a bit of a body block, or he just Tornado straight away, allowing the Rocket Barrage damage to go into Faith. Mugi kept the chase up on the 2 supports, so Chen does fall, a 1-for-1 trade-off.
Wand really paying off there. Really nice kill. Zankin he almost lived, kind of. The missile went on a different hero than I expected.
Kaka. Oh, the damage won't be enough. The Caustic Pop also nowhere near enough. Undershock is being prepared for death. So Kaka rotates in towards the mid. And he's going to salve up very quickly.
It is fun to see like Chen in a tri-lane though. You just grab a creep and you're way better than a level 1
Kaka,
hero normally.
can he get that Baron Strike off? Yeah, he can. SCCC's got Dragon Tail stun. They can keep him controlled there because he already used his Time Walk to repair the damage done previously. And Kaka, well, he's very happy. He's taking a little bit too much damage from the tower, but great rotation. You failed the first one with the Rubik, but now simple kill in the mid.
And the craziest thing about that is there's no way they get that kill without a DD. Like, they weren't going to be able to do enough damage, but it was the perfect time. He had even already seen that Sand King had a DD probably when he was using it on the Chen.
Yep.
Did not anticipate the rotation, and yeah, he pays for it big time.
And he knew Slayer wouldn't be there to help him. Like, the Rubik, like, didn't even have a TP scroll, but like, the Rubik was running away after the battle with the DD rune, and the Telekinesis was the only one that would really mess up SK.
Ooh.
Great Vortex from Faith, seeing Slayer coming from a mile away.
That's so cool. And as soon as he walks into a smoke is broken, the Vortex provides vision, and the gank fails. So now they're going to be forced to go to the safe lane. Very likely the Newbee's going to anticipate this too. Yeah,
Mugi's already sitting behind the tower. Also interesting to watch Mugi's build. I thought, considering the heavy rotations that could be coming in early, you'd point up in Netherward, but it's a 3-2 build.
Yeah. The Netherward point looks good, but it doesn't often save you or secure kill. It's better to have more decrep and blast. Just get it lowest cooldown possible.
That Observer Ward's on Mugi go into the trees. They don't know his exact position, but they know he's around there. Faith coming over. There's boulder stuns galore and the homing missile. And even the telekinesis grab. Faith being picked up, has to throw down a Vortex, but there's still a couple more rocks. Or at least one rock. So they can get some more damage into Faith. And SCCC, hello. Dot damage against a Faceless Void. He hates this, but he also cannot push him back. Kaka, Slayer's being sent back. I think he just wants to stop the bounty rune.
Oh no.
So close.
Oh man, that's
And now there's a haste rune for Kaka. They can rotate in towards mid. Both Mugi and SCCC have combined here, but Kaka is waiting for the right time. Undershock, he's just shy of level 6. One creep, and he'll actually have it. Chronosphere is up. The leap in. They'll catch two, but he also got Batrider in the edge of the Chronosphere, so no real damage being applied to the DK in the middle of the fight. They'll get the stun off. 14 one charge for the lasso. He can't get it off. SCCC will go down. Even the rotation from the gyrocopter to make this work.
The timing was incredible. I thought that looked so bad for Vega Squadron, but instantly when he gets 6 there from the creep wave, everything changes. They get the chrono on 2. It wasn't the best chrono, but it bought time for the rest of Vega to rotate in. Then they get a big kill on Dragon Knight. And I was looking at Void's farm. He's got 28 last hits. He was way less than what the Dragon Knight was looking at. Just looked like a really bad situation if they lose that tower.
It really felt like the timing. Like that had to be one of the biggest things for him. Like the timing just... Like Chronosphere coming up, maybe Newbee went fully ready for it. They didn't get that initial stun from the SK. The damage output from Mugi was a little bit meh.
Well, they're in a good place on the bot lane as well. On the bright side, they're going to be able to split push and pressure all lanes.
Yeah, no chrono up, so you kind of want to go.
Good timing for the creep wave to show up.
Oh,
for
Mugi,
sure.
drain him, dry. Not enough. One charges.
A lot of mana back to Mugi there. Like a trip back to the fountain, practically.
That's the beautiful thing, right? Cold feet triggers because to Decrepify, you can't outrun the cold feet.
True. Works out nicely. We have Rubik shifting around, trying to get initiation here, while stealing bounty runes. That's plan number. Wow, interesting skill build. He went for the aura first. Not sure if I approve, but maybe there was a weird circumstance.
He did say there was a lot of magical damage, so you can understand getting some of the negation.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe he grabbed it in that last fight against Chronosphere and his Fade Bolt was already on cooldown. He's like, if we kill this Dragon Knight, guys, it is so good for us. Like, things like that can justify weird points like that sometimes, for sure.
Movement's coming to the top. SCCC, Kaka, going to try and help out KP. They can do a lot of damage to this top tower. It's low, so all they're trying to do is secure the money. And that is all. They can rotate to the other lane. Slayer on bottom lane gets the pick up over on Mugi. Call down as well. Mugi is totally toast, but Rubik calls down the Cold Snap Faith. I think he wants the kill, but he can't see him on the other side of the tree. Up on top, however, Batrider's on the run. The creep wave is trying to chase him, but Newbee have no way to close the distance.
Yeah, at least they get the one tower.
TP bottom?
The Pugna's been so heavily pressured here.
Here they come. DK jumps in the tree line, stun over on the Chen. Breathe Fire is available. SEC going to be picked up. Slayer reveals himself in the tree lines. The Dragon Tail stun isn't available. The damage! Wow. Woo! Null field value point!
It's off, man. No, it was on offensive. It actually didn't matter.
He went down to 40%. He went down to 40 HP.
He didn't have. It was on offensive. No field. It didn't do anything.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Sorry to crush your dreams. But
okay. Well, okay. Non-value point.
Yeah. still interesting point. Good pressure from Vega Squadron so far. Like, they're keeping this game very close. But they have to kind of keep doing these very smart movements to stay even.
Lasso, perfect grab onto Mugi. He put one blast into that mid tower, tries to outrun him with that magic wand charges to Decrepify. He cannot get the distance on the Batrider. Still caught under the fire and flames.
Didn't Pugna just die?
Yep.
That is so bad for Newbee. Like, they're pressuring him really well. 2 kills in a row is amazing. And they didn't even have to chrono for it. Super value there. Save chrono as long as you can. Continue pushing in mid. Once Void gets a couple items, like if they keep on this trajectory, Void's going to just start solo killing Pugna by himself with like 1 damage item. Depends on what he buys. He's going Mask of Madness. That's perfect. That's the item that allows him to solo kill.
Yep.
If he goes something like Battle Fury first, then he's committing himself to this life of farming and just chronosphering with no damage. So
see, I'm still wondering though if Vega are going to get these chances. Like right now, Blizzy is doing fantastic on his Batrider. He's finding solo chances. The chrono will be great, but most of the damage is going to be done by having the DK on the front lines and probably the one hero you do not want a chrono. Then you've got AA Blast to counter. You've got Pit. You've got the Reigns.
I agree, but it's still so early in the game that they can set tempo. And if Newbee can't just like 5-man and have these ideal circumstances.
It's a tempo. Chronosphere onto DK. Well, you want a chrono when you got Penitence, an entire creep wave, as well as having the Gyrocopter.
Like,
it took 4 heroes to bring him down.
It looked like a sloppy gank, but that was actually really good because it was just Chronosphere and a homing missile, and that's it, and that's all it took. And Gyro Rocket Barrage, which does magic damage anyways. Like
Mugi killing the Rubik. Slayer. Oh, he's even trying to taunt himself away.
The value point.
Value point.
But they take the bottom tower now after killing the Dragon Knight. It's absolutely worth it to kill DK in exchange for Chronosphere, especially as they transition to more items. Worked out great. Chen Amp, Chronosphere, into homing missile, and some Rocket Barrage.
So some things will change now. Ancient Apparition now has his ultimate. So Ice Blast on the field.
Okay.
Vega should be a little bit more aware of this.
I would definitely agree that that's going to change things a bit, because now they can get kills with their supports, whereas before it was like, yes, A does some damage and some disable, but it's not enough to be overwhelming. But with Ice Blast, 1 stun, and that should be a kill.
Readiness scanning, looking for a target. Vega do have multiple heroes on the bottom. Their Observer Ward's nearby. Void actually triggers it. They Burrow Strike on the other side. The Ice Blast is perfect, and well, you said they wanted him. They got him.
Yeah.
And the Observer Ward watches Chen go into the trees. They're not going to fight it, however, because they don't know where the rest of Vega is. I can tell you where they are. 3-man smoke up, heading bottom.
Looks like he's
and now
trying to...
Dire scanning almost exactly the same position, looking for an opening.
He's rushing...
Is he? Okay, the TP. Good time.
They thought it was only a Wildkin. Little did they know.
Batrider, Blink, Lasso. He managed to catch a CCC, but then the Pit tries to turn the fight around with a Burrow Strike forward. KP wants to take everybody home. Ended up being a 1-1 trade off the Burrow Strike. Oh, yeah, he cancels. They want to keep fighting this one. Slayer will drop the Crepify Cold Feet. Gyrocopter can't run away from this one. He takes the damage from the blast. Oh, Chen sends him back home. Faceless Void will even deny the tower.
Does that count as a bait when you cancel your Pit Lord ultimate? That was interesting. I thought they were going back for sure. Then KP realized, like, oh, actually, we're winning. This is fine.
Well, if they got the kill on the Gyrocopter, then you'd be like, okay, this was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was very close to being fantastic. Really good plays by both teams. Well, I guess Vega kind of got initiated on heavily. Batrider goes in, thought he had a good fight, gets disabled, ends up dying. He was the high net worth on his team, now not so much.
Yeah. That Pit of Malice came in really quick.
Oh yeah, that was the Pit of Malice for sure.
And you can't outrun it. Like Decrepify as well. Like it's this combination of abilities that just keep that movement speed control, positional control out.
Rubik was probably dead either way. That was kind of a defensive offensive thing. Yeah. But I don't think Gyro needed to be that aggressive. But they pulled through, man. They made it work with the send back. Yeah. Makes a big difference there.
So this is my concern right now for Vega, and I'm hoping they can find a way to stem it. And it may just come through their big team fight. The fact that with DK and Pugna, they can Newbee can just keep grouping up and forcing down towers. Whenever Chronosphere can go on the cooldown, or whenever Batrider's not ready to jump.
You're right, but they can split push as well on Vega's side. Between Batrider, Rubik is okay at it. Chen can definitely do it with creep waves.
When Rubik steals level 4 Firestorm, yeah, he can definitely do it.
That too. There's exactly. He's basically he's a better version of Underlord now. 2 spells, whole creep wave is nuked. One of the best things about Rubik. So push the lanes out. If they 5-man, you're going to take towers, maybe not as fast, but still rapidly, as long as the creep waves are pushing. And then once Newbee starts spreading out to react to this, then Vega can go on and get kills again. But I still think that Newbee's position of now having a Blink Dagger on Sand King, as well as the A, it's so many gank possibilities. They can go with either Pugna, Underlord, or Dragon Knight, and they've got to kill every time. Burrow Strike, Ice Blast with Ice Vortex, and those other the third hero amplifying it. Unless there's a send back or something. So I feel like it's a lot easier for Newbee to make ganks happen on the map, whereas Vega is pretty focused on it being either like Batrider or Void. And Void is very limited by, I mean, both are very limited by cooldowns, so.
Well, prepare yourself for Newbee. They're coming in between their tier 1 and tier 2 tower. They have smoke available, and this will be the blink reveal from Kaka. So it just arrived 15 minutes into the game.
Mid.
And yep, Ice Blast out. Goodbye, Batrider.
He's the closest hero on the map. Why not kill him, right? I mean, his farm level is actually good. It's worthwhile getting that kill.
The other reason, too, is the Observer was down inside the Radiant jungle, so they are ready to fight down here, too. They don't have Epicenter from Kaka. He actually went for a 4-2-1 build. But SDCC, under the cover of Shadowblade, revealed this item, and Chen, he's got Glimmer Cape, but he cannot get it off in time. So everyone else starts their TPs out.
Do you notice that Dragon Knight still has his 2 shared tangos from the start of the game? I'm pretty sure. Most of those are recent, but that's...
Are you trying to say something about Dragon Blood here? Is that what you're going for?
I mean, in his defense, it was literally a Dragon Knight versus Void lane, and there were no ganks. So, like, Void's not going to harass a Dragon Knight. But maybe that's part of the problem. He's like, why would I harass him?
He could, like, share it to Faith and Kaka, but they both built Tranquil Boots. And Pugna just seems to be draining the life that he requires.
Someone's going to use those shared tangos someday.
Underlord? He's only got a Hood of Defiance. That's not enough regeneration when KP puts himself on the front lines.
That's true.
Oh, wait, now he's going to pipe. Never mind.
Yeah, he's going to be okay. And never going to fail. Yeah,
23.1 HP regen.
It's going to be just fine.
Yeah, I don't know if that's enough.
Like, Dragon Knight can just kill people by himself right now. Both Rubik and Chen are vulnerable to that kind of burst. Because they're just a little bit individually squishy. So, just a lot of options for Newbee here to control this game.
Newbee was coming in to try, like, Faith was trying to get an aggressive Observer and Sentry down. And yeah, look at, okay, is this happening again where we commit multiple sentries to try and find out where it is? 2 sentries being committed for no Observer wards. Sorry, Vega.
That's a really bad feeling too. Like if you get a D ward and you start feeling confident about it, you're like, I know where this guy's warding.
Now
but if you put a couple sentries down and you don't find anything, you're like, okay, it's probably on this other hill, and he's watching me right now, being an idiot, and it just affects your gameplay, you know.
They actually have like so many, like they got 5 sentries across this bottom area of the map. They don't actually see the Radiant Observer ward. Now it's Newbee who are using that small little... It's almost the same cliff position. It's very unlikely that Vega will ever scout out that Observer ward that Newbee has.
And the vision thing is just so important because, again, it's easier for Newbee to start these ganks, so...
Okay, now
like
does Blizzy see it? Does Blizzy see the Observer ward as he walks past it? Ping, 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 ping.
Hey,
guys. Yeah, he got it. But hey... While I de-ward this, I wonder where Newbee is. Oh crap. Blink, Burrow, here comes your Ice Blast, and your initiation of Batrider is now toast. You sold Sandstorm from the SK. Not exactly what Rubik wanted.
So easy for them to get kills. Anywhere in Blink, Burrow, strike range, that's a kill. That's like one of the most valuable things about Sanking, without a question. Just so easy. You got Blink, okay, you can gank anybody.
I think he's also looking to Burrow strike down as much of this Chen army as possible. That's why Chen pulls it back to himself.
Like, the crazy thing about the Newbee draft is that was their first 2 openers. They're like, if we have Sand King and AA, we're pretty good at lanes, and then we can pick any cores that have any kind of disables, and we just kill heroes. So, like, it leaves their draft so open, actually. The only place that it's not open is in the support roles. So, if maybe Vega can find... I mean, in the future, whoever plays against Newbee, if they can find a solution to Sand King AA opening, then yeah, they can maybe beat this. But it looks so good on paper right now, and in play.
They're pinging out the fact that SDCC is moving down to the bottom lane. Undershock does have his Chronosphere and Mask of Madness ready, but he has no team. Even the Chen flew out of clarity to himself because he didn't have enough mana to use both Hand of God and Penitence. So it was, yeah. Let alone his Glimmer Cape.
Clarity stock has gotten a little incredible for sure.
Oh, nice Burrow. They need to follow up, however. It's not coming. Mugi just put down the Nether Ward, but it's down the bottom lane where the root is onto KP. Support's on the way, but there's your Ice Blast. Gyrocopter sees it coming from a mile away, and KP, he just needs time, life, surviving to get the ulti off. He's got both Vanguard and the Pipe of Insight. So all the time in the world, Kaka, I can't reach Blizzy with the Burrow Strike. So way to safety.
That was an incredible amount of survivability that Underlord had right here. That's what happens when your Underlord is like a top net worth position. That's incredible. Vanguard and Pipe. And he's regenning 25 per second.
I'm not certain about this from SCCC. This is not great efficiency.
Which thing?
He's dropped both of the shared tangos back in the fountain.
How could he?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to use those. They can make a difference. It actually feels good to use one like mid-game when you're like 30% HP. You're like, I'm going back into the fight.
Bat Rider blinks, lassos. It's onto Underlord, however. He's able to get the pin down. It's actually the one from the Rubik, too. So Underlord being massively stunned. 14, one charges available. Are they going to find this? Yes, they will. The Ice Blast is coming in. It'll connect on the Rubik, but it was Karka's epicenter damage that really started to turn this around. Necro, oh, no. Defensive Chrono, and he still can't get it with the blast, the Necro Blast from Pugna, or the Nether Blast from Pugna. And with DK Dragon Form still up, this tier 2 tower will fall as well.
I mean, they might keep going. They're going to do a little bit of damage to tier 3, I think.
Yep.
But
you've got Nether Blast. Of course, you're just going to keep going as long as the DK's got Dragon Form up.
Like, they've got Chronosphere, but that's all it comes down to. It's
no, Chrono's gone.
I mean, that's like their normal team fight, right?
Yep.
Like, Bat Rider Lasso, I guess, but they're always initiated on. And once they are, Bat Rider's useless without Blink or BKB. And they just haven't gotten to that point yet. And until he gets those items, if he gets decrept and like takes any damage, he just dies.
So the tier 3 tower drops by just over a third of its life.
I mean, they basically put everything just to kill Underlord. By far the tankiest person on the enemy team. They used all their skills on him. They killed him. But then there's an epicenter on 4 heroes, and it's like, it's all done.
Yeah. Epicenter on 4, you get hit by Ice Blast, even though it was really only the Rubik that got snapped by that.
Hard to win those fights. And then KP just crosses the whole map and is in like a really dangerous position.
The Observe Ward was still there. There goes your Bat Rider. The cooldown's going to be nice, but with the Nether Ward sitting behind him, it's difficult for Vega just to run into the engagement. And Burrow Strike, Blink, it's up. Mugi will get a double kill thanks to yet another kill securing blast, and this opens up Roshan for Newbee now. 2 heroes down for such a long time, no cooldown, no Chronosphere, a 30-second window.
Looking very good for Newbee here. Firing all cylinders, they're all playing together. They're very fast at killing, and then they can disengage, waste ultimates from their opponents, and feels like they have this game in the bag to me. I mean, it's definitely not over yet. There could be some huge Chronos and things, but
it's going to be hard though.
It's going to be really hard.
Like he just got BKB onto the DK. Mugi will take the Aegis, the Immortal. And really, this is just about forcing the high ground against Vega, and then Vega, what's going to be the trade-off? Like, how many casualties do you accept for this? And they have to commit him, but they do have their abilities back up. Hand of God's got 22 seconds, but everything else is available.
It's just been so hard for Bat Rider to fight after this laning stage. He was top net worth at some point.
Yeah,
but
he's getting all the picks.
But every single hero on the enemy team, if they cast any of their disables, he basically can't secure a kill outside of just like Lasso. He's like no longer in any way like a core. He's just like a Bat Rider, just lassos people. That's all he can do now.
Well, Slayer is the best defense. Firestorm and Fadebolt is now back up again. The pipe just got expended. He can at least kill off the creep wave, but you know they want to jump. Oh, behind Gyro. KP's going to see him. Karka's just got to blink and burrow, and then they can initiate, but they're split up. Here comes your Ice Blast. It does not connect on the Gyro and the Chronosphere. He got Ancient Apparition, but will it be enough? You've got KP tanking the entire thing. It's a 4-man Rudolph. SCCC, he's running through the backlines. He just wants to kill the Chen. Get rid of this extra heal. KP's ulti. No way he gets out of this one.
Okay.
Yeah, no way. He actually does go down, but there's trouble for the Gyrocopter. He's the big defense. SCC is there. The cold feet on the Gyrocopter. Not much more to fight with. And Undershock, the dust reveal, the Burrow Strike as well. They'll just drain Faceless Void. He'll jump up the hill and try and get away. Yeah, you steal some life on the way out. But your mid lane may not be able to steal Jack. You got Firestorm and Fadebolt to defend the line for Vega.
It was a good Chronosphere, but the decrep kept the AA alive, and then it took like 30 seconds for Gyro to solo kill that Underlord, despite like that was constant Rocket Barrage damage, and it was so difficult for them to finish him off. Man,
I think Newbee are very happy that Undershock was attacking the creep wave. That Aghanim Scepter just flew in for Mugi. Can't believe he didn't even die. Like, still had Aegis the Immortal that entire fight.
I mean, he wasn't even focused once. He basically was just covering his friends the whole time.
They're gonna have to soon. Like, right now, like, yeah, Mugi could be the defense line. Like, KP's in trouble. I'll just give him some life. What do I have to lose? An Aegis?
I like the Sand King pickup going for Aeon Disc. Like, they feel so far ahead that they're like, if we don't get all killed in Chronosphere or Lasso, then we win, 100%. Yep. If Sand King gets lassoed, it's fine. It'll break the lasso. Then he can just stun somebody, and then the fight starts in a good way for them.
You know what I actually want to give right now as an MVP award?
I knew you were going to say MVP. I knew you were going to say him because you really give. Go ahead. What do you got?
To the RNG, or at least whatever mindset is affecting Vega with their sentry ward placement. They don't find any of these, and they got both of them. The Fable's there, Slayers to help out with Zone Barra Strike. Sandstorm protects him for a moment, but then Gyrocopter, he's trapped, and they start draining him. The BKB, one more attack will do it. He's so low. Faceless Boy went back in again, but Decrepify Blast, you could say goodbye as a 1-1 trade-off. SEC did burn the BKB, but they won't care. They're going to go straight up mid. Crimson and Pipe being burned. This will be mid-racks.
Oh, they have the sentry, okay.
They have Blink Lasso. Actually, they can do this. Chrono's available. Faceless Voice, there's your Blink jump, and now they have to control SECC. They don't do so. The Rubik will drop down. He's trying to kill the Ancient Apparition, Undershock Faith. He's got the space to Decrepify Drain Blast! No! He had one job. He wanted the Ancient Apparition and to keep the rest of them occupied. But without the DK and the Chrono, the damage was there for Newbee to fight in the front lines into the tier 4 tower, and Void goes down. No Chrono, no Void for 40 seconds. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
He chose the wrong target. He started on the Pugna. He realized, oh, he's got an Aegis. Let's change targets. And then he was
one extra hit.
If he just went straight for the A, it would have been a kill. And probably he would have lived.
They're looking for the kill onto, what, AA again. Burrow Strike, catching the Chen. Moogie wants to let one more blast go. That'll kill off the tier 3 tower. Aegis is still there for the moment, and it will proc. But SCCC underneath the sentry ward. He has no invisible. Burns the BKB up once more. Moogie starts his run out. Blizzy just trying to slow him down. Moogie starts the drain. Needs more life available. SEC keeps on the back lines, but here comes your representative from Karka into Slayer. Gets a revenge kill for the death of their partner, but SK just can't survive long enough. Even SEC getting hit by that flame break. A lot of dot damage. Extra help is there with the time dilation, but they can't see him. Where's the reveal? They don't know where to go right now. SEC just wants to weigh out this one. He's done use the one charges, gets a kill onto the Chen. I don't know if he can continue to survive this one. His Shadow Blade's in 12 seconds time. The homing missile will chase him down. He will fall.
I'm going to say that was not worth it.
Maybe he thought he was never getting out of there anyway, because he would have had to one charge, find a way in the trees, and then switch his TP scroll out.
I mean, he could also have walked a different way than his opponents, but I think he thought he was going to be able to make it.
Sorry, that's just too basic, Kevin. SCC doesn't do basic, he does advanced.
He got a little lucky with bashes, for sure. There was some crucial moments where it was like, he's about to get away, then you get a bash, and elongate everything. Either way, the big amount of gold going to the Void there, but ultimately the team fight started in a good way. I mean, Vega only lost one in that engagement, so it looked okay. And Void is basically waiting for the front line to get past so that he could jump on the back line that's going to support. 2 hits actually on Pugna, changes over to the A. I think he just used Mask of Madness as well. Maybe came out a little bit late.
You could see the swing at the end too as Moogie decrepified him. Like he was in half swing trying to connect on Faith.
Definitely very close there.
Oh, that's just
painful moments. And now they got to play from behind with the Chen. When their cores are not as farmed, Gyro's not even close to the leader.
At least they have the Gem and Truce out on Blizzy. They can get rid of some of this vision of Newbee, which they've been using very well to get the better initiations from Sanking.
It's true. Definitely helps. Pugna picking up Dagons, just trying to burst people.
Yep. Pop them. You go Blink, then back into the Dagons again.
And Underlord's going to buy another buckler, so probably going to go towards Crimson Guard now. Lots of armor, lots of magic regen.
Oh, he's got the mech.
32 HP per second.
So he's got Crimson, he's got Pipe, he's got mech, and then can get the full Greaves completed. Yeah, that's some good stuff for Underlord. Good luck killing him. Yeah, like a Shiva's Guard on the end of that now.
Yeah, something like that.
Or AC.
I think Void's going for BKB next, probably. It'll be okay. And he kind of needs it, but it kind of is unfortunate as well. He was going Echo Saber, who knows, man. He's at this, like, Void is kind of one of those heroes who's always at this weird point where he both needs survivability and he also needs damage really badly. But I think at this point, survivability is definitely the way to go.
I think Undershock's getting bored in his base.
I guess
always feel like that sounds like an oven timer.
Yeah, it is.
Hey guys, my hot pockets are done.
Yeah. I mean, it's so hard for a Vega to actually go on the map and do stuff because they're so scared about the Burrow Strike. They know how threatening it is. It's killed them so many times that they know that if like Void gets killed, for example, that it's just going to be a tower or a high ground push. So they
BTs are coming top.
Don't feel comfortable pushing.
Do they know? Gyrocopter, they're sending him back, but does he have enough life? Yeah, he does. And they know Chen's going to be nearby, but he's also TP'd out.
Cheeky.
Maybe they're just trying to get information with that move too. Like, we need to clean up the creep wave if possible. No, we can't, but at least we know there's 4 heroes top for Newbee.
They want to push the lane, but it's dangerous. So if they sit the Chen in the trees, then they can prep to send the gyro back. When it's too extreme, he gets sent back. As long as their opponents don't have a Yule Scepter or something like that, then he gets back every time.
The Observer Sentry makes it very difficult for Vega just to slip around the back. They at least see Chen grab something, but they need to kill the Shrine. Speaking of slipping around the back, having a TP point behind your advancing line, that's not the way you play this game.
It's just so easy for a Newbee, though. They can do so many things right now.
Yeah.
Just map control, waiting for kills. Yes, they can occasionally, like a lane is going to get pushed out, they can just Ice Blast and wait 40 seconds to take the next fight. Ooh, he's going Rapier.
Wait, on Gyro?
Yep. It's a pretty good game for it. I mean, there's a lot of survivability on like Dragon Knight and Underlord, but other people get Flat Cannon. It's a lot of damage. So, and BKB's finished now for the Void, so they technically are ready to fight.
This will be a fun challenge.
He just needs to chrono the entire enemy team as they Flat Cannon all of them 9 times.
Oh, it sounds so great, but how does he keep the distance? Like, how does he keep the range?
It's fine. He just needs like anything to attack.
Jump. Where is it coming? I thought like KP was going to get like a little jump off with Kaka onto Blizzy.
It was Blizzy. It looked like Blizzy was about to go in himself, saw the ward and was like, this is really dangerous, and
Bad
got
idea.
out. Not safe.
Like, Undershock does not want to have to burn his Chronosphere to save your ass. They need that to deter Newbee from going high ground.
Exactly. Fishing for a kill here.
Yep.
It was previously a push, but...
I do like how they leave the Dire Observer ward behind on their top lane for Vega. So if Newbee do start the push, they at least get a little bit of an early warning system for it.
That's a good point, yeah.
And they finally are going to get rid of the Observer ward of Newbee of Vegas, which would near the Ancients. But they're waiting for Roshan. The Dodo is right now a Observer ward, sitting on top of Roshan. They'll have to wait another minute and a bit before Roshan will be alive.
And the team's just kind of moving around, pushing a bit.
It's buying time. It's buying time. He's so close. Another 75 gold. Don't take that Sada. That was his rapier. You greedy bum, Chen. Does he like sell his TP scroll?
Maybe he didn't expect to get the kill. He's got to also get back to the base. There's kind of creeps in this base. Like hypothetically, Newbee could be going high ground right now.
I'm sensing just issues from you, Kevin, not solutions. Oh wait, they're actually sending him all the way back. He doesn't want to go there. That Curry now has to make the trip. Sacrifice your buyback for the rapier. I
mean, it's safe. Like, imagine if right now Newbee was smoked, jumps high ground, initiates, and he's got to teleport back.
Yeah.
And he delays by like 3 seconds to get back, and then pops BKB and throws away. Like the fight could be over by then. Chronosphere could be expended, for example.
Come on, Courier.
So this is, I mean, they can definitely win with this for sure.
Everyone witness the creation of a rapier and get res.
The +3 flak attack thing at 15 completely changes the rapier strategy. It was good before, but now it's amazing. If in the ideal circumstances, you can get 9. Potentially, I don't know if you can attack that fast, but 9 during a Chronosphere is amazing damage.
But they're actually going to come out to fight with the smokes. The only person who's revealing himself is Undershock. But Roshan, it's just starting up with this amplification of damage too. Blink Lance, so they find Kaka. He's been the greatest initiation the Newbee has had, but the lowness of the Aeondis protects him. KP wants to pull him back out again, but KP only pulls himself out. Roshan was still being done. The BKB is burnt from the Gyrocopter. SK can buy back and TP to the Shrines. This isn't really an option for Vega to take Roshan.
Yeah, they're hoping for more than that. Still a good grab. They wasted the Aeon Disc and secured the kill afterwards, but no follow-up. Needed to catch like a Chrono or something.
Yeah. But here they go again. Undershock is still defending the mid lane. They will just have to sit back at base and wait. At 38 seconds before that BKB is up for the Gyrocopter again.
Yeah, no lasso there. It makes it too hard to fight at this point.
I love how they keep giving the Aegis to Mugi.
I mean, it makes sense. Dragon Knight's not going to die, especially with like Shadow Blade, SNY, BKB.
Yeah, he shouldn't.
And they're going to go Silver Edge on Void next, which will be able to break the passive of Dragon Knight, provide some kills there. Still going to have some damage issues, though. Void does not hit super hard at the moment. I'm very surprised he still has a Mango in his inventory. It's very out of place for a 33-minute game. You know?
It is a value Mango.
I guess
Observers and Sentries are down for Vega. It's their last outer Shrine and outer Tower on their bottom lane. But the issue you're going to be... Actually, you got the Ancient Army from Chen that can keep the mid lane at bay. And you have to bring it in for the fight because they're going to need that Granite Golem. Undershock's waiting for the jump. There's a Sentry ward down, so we cannot use the Shadow Blade to get in close. And here comes Kaka under the observer ward. Blizzy again can see him. Into the Firefly, gets the lasso over on Mugi. A huge target if they can kill him off, but the hit from KP right in the money. Ice Blast will only have a real chill effect, and KP, he's trying to get out, but it will not work. And he doesn't have enough life and didn't have his ultimate, but here comes your Epicenter. And the Chronosphere with the Epi damage still continues to pulse out from the Sand King. Time walk away, get out of this fight. They need to. They're splitting all ways, Vega, but too many ways. The Rapier is down, and that's probably the game. Karka's now got plus 330 damage. Why not? Slayer will do his TP, but no. Fire Strike's there from Karka. Vega are all pushing up the daisies, and that is probably the game right there.
Aeon Discs were way too good.
In fact, it is. That's the game.
It was so hard for Vega to win at that point. Like the Rapier was definitely a threat, the Chrono was a threat, but Newbee just keeps building all these Aetherland, or all these what's it called, Aeon Discs.
Yep.
And then it just completely counters Batrider. Batrider's countered, Chronosphere is countered. Just the overwhelming gold advantage from Newbee gives them an easy win towards the end. But really, they worked really hard for that. They won the lanes convincingly. They had a great draft that made their lanes good. They made their ganking good. They made their mid game good. Their team fight was good. Everything worked out. It felt like they got all the heroes they wanted. Like those were all at various points like very strong picks in the last couple of weeks. Yeah.
I definitely could see like just even the way they crafted, like one of the big heroes which probably would have counted them was actually the hero the Faith had, the Ancient Apparition.
Yeah.
But Mugi and SEC just had all the power in the world. And you gave SEC a fantastic start in the early game. And it's the confidence from Newbee at this point. Like, Slayer gets a triple Burrow Strike. It's great for him, but like Newbee had the confidence to even cancel the Dark Rift back home. They knew they could stand their ground. They knew they can continue to force the issue. And KP became a beast, an absolute beast to kill.
Yeah, like, very survivable. Only thing that made him look a little squishy was Penitence or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Or when all 5 heroes from Vega were attacking him. Yeah. Then he actually looked like a hero you could deal with, but...
just tons of damage dealt by all of the heroes on Newbee's side. They amplify each other, they cover each other, they gank well. It just kind of does everything. Gives them the ability to work against the opponents, and... Chronosphere, just a decrep alone, just instantly stops the Chronosphere. As long as like Pugna's not standing next to A in the early game, Void does not get the snowball. He doesn't get any of these easy solo kills, just smart movement, and Void just continues to feel like a weak hero. Like I feel like Vega grabbed him because they felt like they needed some team fight control from a carry position, and Void is very often the one grabbed for that. But I feel it's a little bit of a trap. I have not seen a lot of Voids win recently.
It had a lot of dis-synergy, right? Like, when I see the Void pick up, I'm like, oh great, that's a great pick for Newbee. Oh, hang on. Like, it would have worked with the great spill damage and the position repositioning that can come from a DK. It would have worked well with the Epicenter, with the Ancient Apparition. He's just like kind of on the wrong side of the fence. It doesn't work with the Batrider. He can't get the Firefly into the middle. Chen's not going to really help out. Rubik can't really help out. The Gyrocopter's the only one, but that's still it's a huge requirement just for the positioning to be right, because cooldown's not your critical thing, it's the fight cannon.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get that right too, because like, even this fight here, like the Faceless Void jumps the back line, the cooldown's already gone on, but you're not going to have this engagement work. Like you're back at your tier 4 towers with a gyro and you're on the front lines with a Void.
Yeah, for Void to work, you have to snowball, you have to get damage items so you can solo kill people, or you need to combo really well with the heroes. They didn't combo well with the heroes.
Yeah.
They couldn't find these easy team fights or kills.
Like, I thought at this moment, like, I thought for a moment they're going to get Boogie, and then KP's just, like, blink and rock them up. And then the Aeon Disc again.
Aeon Disc comes in, that one's an easy kill, then he goes in Chronosphere, somebody else, and kind of just the same thing.
They removed the gyro. At least it was a nice grab up of the Divine Rapier. Like, that was a good moment when they potentially could have saved the game, but then, no. That was it. The Rapier was all or nothing right then, and it was nothing, not all.
Yeah, I mean, even if he gets at home, it's still not looking good. Based on the way the Newbee is playing, it seems like they're very practiced in the late game. They knew where to move. Their draft worked out. They felt comfortable at all stages. They made a few mistakes. Newbee's looking good.
Yeah?
Good opener for them.
I know we're going to have this up in a second from production, but like, who do we want to throw up as a potential MVP?
Ooh, MVP from... I guess maybe Kaka probably. I feel like he was all over the place on his Sand King, always setting up kills. Did well on the laning stage, did well at all stages. I think the Aeon Disc was a smart move.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if it was his call or his team's call, but it was obvious, like, it beats all of their heroes. They have damage issues. They have these, like, narrow windows where they can get kills, and outside of that, it doesn't do very much.
Production's agreeing with you. Kaka is the man. Nice. He was definitely all over that.
2 extreme kills. And he got a Rapier.
Extreme kills?
And he got a Rapier. So
That's what we need.
play
So
7
it's
observer
the
wards.
fact that like the last items he ends with is Divine Rapier, Blink, and Tranquils with Wand. Okay.
I mean, his stats
MVP.
don't look amazing, but he was all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we could see like stun duration or something, I know it takes a little bit of time to get that data, but
Yeah, he was the perfect initiator. Like he was that guy. Like even if you stun one hero, he always gave them the advantage. He was always in the right place.
Yeah.
And you were talking about it during the game. Like you had that Blink Burrow Strike. The initiation range is just ridiculously good, but their vision enabled it. And they just went with it. But this is that combination, like Faith as well as Kaka. So I love watching Newbee play, just to watch these guys try and dictate the tempo of the map. And it comes from the supports. The cores will follow through, but the supports make it happen.
yeah. And courts can do it also, but it's a little bit more obvious when they're not in a lane. So
Yeah.
if the supports can move around and make stuff happen, it's great.
And that's why you make it really obvious. You put Mugi and SCCC into one lane with two great pushing heroes like that, and you're claiming towers. And it's up to Vega to try and contest them.
Got a bit of a gold jump at the end. I believe that's what happens when you
When you
pass
shift
a
to
rapier
Rapier.
to the enemy team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kaka there, 12 assists, so did
Yeah.
pretty well. Faith actually went 3-0 and 16. We probably messed up. That guy kind of owned, apparently. Died 0 times on A. Whoops.
He was pretty good. You know, it's what you have when you follow the play-by-play kind of guy, because it's the Burrow Strikes, it's the initiations that always bring the hype, always bring the attention. But Faith was pretty good. Like his Ice Blast wasn't even like the big thing. Like he wasn't even trying to combo with anyone else apart from when the Burrow Strike connected.
Yeah, I would say the fact that he's 3-0 and 16 and was never initiated on is incredible, because he never got caught in the chrono. He
Remember
never
he had
got
that one
lassoed.
time he escaped in like 20 HP, like on the bottom lane. That was the only time he got initiated on, and he barely lived because he had help from Pugna.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I remember that was the decrep one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened like 4 times or something. But yeah, we probably swindled him. He was robbed for sure.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's like every cosplay competition that ever happens in the world. The winner was robbed. That was just for you, Kevin. And for everyone out there. All right, we're going to go to a break because we want to come back and find out who the matchups are going to be for tomorrow. We'll have the wonderful Red Eye returning us here in the panel, so it's more than 2. We'll see you back here in just a bit.